Wayne here with Tri-County Locksmith Service, and we're going to do a review on the new Kwikset Kevo lock. This company is bringing some new technology, some smartphone technology, some Bluetooth technology to their locks, and some touch-sensitive technology that's pretty new and pretty cool. There's a lot of things with this lock that they're doing better, and there's a lot of things that they're doing with this lock that they continue to do poorly. So this is a professional review of what I see from the day-to-day work that I do. This is all brand new. I pre-ordered online and they sent it to me here. Uses Bluetooth technology. You're going to see the words lifetime guarantee. I hate it when companies do that. The finish of the lock is a lifetime guarantee. So that means they're saying that it won't fade. Really, the electronics are what's going to go bad on this lock, and that's only warranted for a year. So that's already kind of one strike against them. The other thing is this security rating from the ANSI and BHMA standards is a grade 2. So this is a grade 2 lock. Grade 1 is the best. Schlage makes a digital keypad lock. Those are grade 1 for the deadbolt department. These are already grade 2, so they're below that. It's going to run off of 4 AA batteries. It's going to come with 2 keys, a key fob, the Kevo deadbolt. You get pre-programmed 2 electronic keys for your phone, so this will work with a phone. But again, here we are doing something right and we're doing something wrong. They're making it interact with a smartphone, which is a great way to go about it, but they're only working with iPhones right now, or iDevices. So that already cuts a huge percentage of your clientele or customers out. They say they're working on Android devices. We'll see. I'm sure it'll come eventually, but right now, if this is the hot product, you know, Christmas, things like that are coming up, why wouldn't you have a product that interacts with every cell phone out there? So that's another strike against them. But it is good that they're working in the right direction of making it available for smartphones and smart keys. The other thing that I don't like about it is they charge you. You get 2 keys. You know, when you come home, you get this lock, you get 2 keys. The first phone registered as the master, and the second one you give a key to. The first phone is what's going to control everything. I don't even have an iPhone. I have an Android device, so I can't demonstrate how the phone works on here. But it will come with this key fob. Basically, the fob is the same thing as what your device is going to emit as far as a signal to this particular lock. So with all that in mind, 1-year warranty on electronics, lifetime warranty on finish only. The lock is updatable. So you're going to have updated security encryptions, which again, you're going to have to use with your phone. If you're not relying on your phone to operate this lock and you're relying on the fob, you're not going to be able to update it. Strike against them again. But at least they're working in the right direction to where if you are using your phone, you can upgrade it and it's going to send the signal on the new encryptions and the new upgrades to this lock. Because that is the big question with all these signals floating around. When are hackers going to be able to figure out how to hack into this lock with their phone, touch it, and open it? They're claiming military PKI encryption right now. So they focused everything on the electronic aspect of this lock, and they didn't upgrade the mechanical aspect of it. This key does have a backup. It does have a key backup, 2 key backups, and you'll see here that works. However, the number one complaint about this lock is this little slit right here. This is what they're calling their SmartKey technology, and they've been using it for quite a while. They've actually abandoned most of their pin tumbler locks, and they've gone with this SmartKey system. And all over the internet are the bypass ways for this lock. It is so easy to overpower and bypass this mechanical lock system that it's unreal, really. I'm not going to show people how to do that. There's already enough videos online. I'm not going to show you how to do that. However, I will show you why it does it. Here is a Kwikset deadbolt, and once again you can recognize it by the tiny slit on the side. And it is very light duty aluminum. Okay, it's drilled out, it's milled out, and they're using these odd pins that are hollow. Okay, so they're weakening everything on this lock by making it hollow and making it lighter and using less material. However, that is what's causing these locks to be overpowered. They're also working on this wafer system. Okay, so right here, if we take one of these out, let's see. They keep saying that they're updating this SmartKey system, and they're always trying to make it better, and they're trying to make it to where these videos are not true anymore. But this is why they're breaking. This, combined with the outside very cheap, thin aluminum casing, until they address the cheap materials that they're using for the lock and the cylinder inside here, and this cheap aluminum that is very, very weak. This is how the lock's getting overpowered right here. I can take a pair of hand pliers and simply crush this thing, okay? That's why it's falling apart. That's blowing apart, and that's how this thing is getting overpowered like that. You can look at a normal, this is the original Kwikset pin tumbler lock, okay? You can see it's solid brass, heavy duty. I can't crush this right here. It's using large brass pins, solid brass pins, not hollow, to lock the lock. And even the outside casing, I mean, we can even pull this out. It'll probably make a mess, but that's okay. We'll pull all that out. The all brass casing, I can't crush like this one because of the hollowed out and the cheap materials that they're using for it. So what the whole point of a lock is they're bypassing the original pin tumbler setup, and they're saying that it can't be key bumped. Well, that's fine. It can't be key bumped. You can't pick it. It's very, very difficult. One guy's picked one at a show once. Not very many people are picking locks to gain entry to them. They're targeting these locks with that tiny little hole because they're so recognizable, and criminals are targeting these and they're opening them, okay? So Kwikset really, really, really needs to address that issue before they need to worry about all these other fancy things they've done. Until they do that, I cannot recommend this lock that well. I'm going to try this lock out. I'm going to put it on a door because I like to see how things work out in the cold, rain, snow, elements. However, before I do that, I have so little faith in that I'm going to replace that cylinder with an all brass cylinder and a more suitable locking mechanism there because I don't trust it that much. One of the big things that really got me too was the owner of Kwikset Locks claims he trusts this system so much he has this lock on his door. And I probably believe that he does have this lock on his door, but he's also probably got a gated community, a high-tech, couple $1,000 security system, and the criminals probably never even get a chance to come close to this lock on his home. So the fact that he has one does not impress me at all. The fact that they're not addressing the issues that are going wrong with this lock does not impress me either. If they would simply take this cylinder and get rid of this idea and go back to a pin tumbler design, they would have a very good system, or even upgrade it to a higher security system to where they incorporate a legitimate sidebar that goes into legitimate pins in an all brass casing and a heavier duty casing. They'd have a really good product. So back to this lock, we're going to go over the electronics. The first time you get it, you push the little button, your key fob's going to work, and you'll touch, and it's going to lock, just like that. On the back side, you've got, just your thumb turn here. Batteries go right under here. 4 AA batteries right there in this little deal. And that slides right back on. and you're good to go. So you can lock it up just like that. The things that they are doing right with this lock, however, and that are setting it apart, is that with most locks out there that are keyless now, you have a keypad. You have to type in a code, okay? This one simply touches. So if you got a handful of groceries and you touch it with your elbow, it opens right up. Or, well, it should. There we go. Let's see if we could get it to do it with the elbow. And there we go. Okay. So they're making far advances. I mean, that's really cool that they're able to do that. And that technology I am excited about. I am excited about the military PKI encryptions. I am excited about the upgrades that are available for this lock. In all the electronic aspects of this lock, I think they've done an excellent, excellent job. But unless you make the mechanical aspect behind the electronics just as up to par and up to security grade as the electronics, you haven't got a legitimate safe product yet. That's what every consumer report is complaining about. That's what every single YouTube video is complaining about. That's what every single review is complaining about, is this lock is easily seen and targeted and easily overpowered. You can't have a secure system with that. So when I test this lock, that's coming out. A regular brass cylinder is going in. We'll see how the electronics deal with the weather, the cold, warm, hot, snow, rain, etc. and see how it holds up to that. And we'll do another review video after a while and come back to it on that. Let's see if I've got all this here. 4 AA batteries, standalone unit, it just needs batteries. One of the other good things is it doesn't need any internet connection to work. A lot of the other locks that are working with the with smartphones out there have to have some other device and an internet or an Ethernet connection to be able to make them work. This one, it'll work as a standalone unit, it'll work with a fob, it'll work with a phone, and you don't need to have any monthly subscription. You just need to pay for e-keys if you're going to be sending them out all the time. So that is the end of the review, I think. I wish they'd really get rid of that SmartKey system. It's a terrible, terrible design. It has been for years, and they just refuse to address that. I don't even think they make a regular pin tumbler lock anymore. They vested themselves so much in this, and it is just such a poor, poor product that I really hope they do something about it. Because then they would have a really great product, and I would have a great review for this lock. The electronics are really cool and exciting, and the way the touch feature is just something I think is really neat. One of the other things to think about too is they've said that this lock has 2 antennas on it. So the antenna knows that you're on the outside door or outside of the door with this fob, and then it knows if you're on the inside with this fob or your phone or whatever unit you're using. That's important because if you come up to the door, somebody knocks on your door, the door's locked, and you come up to the door and look through the peephole to check on them and see who it is, and you don't want to grant access to it, and this is in range, it's very, very important that it knows that it's on the back side of this lock. That's one of the other things that is going to be determined in a long-term test, whether that always happens or whether there is a mishap or two in there. So there will be a part 2 to this video later on, but until then, that's the review so far. It looks like a good lock, except for the mechanical system of it. If you could get it set up on a different system, it'd be really, really good. For more information, go to www.tricountylocksmithservice.com.